Today, I'm going to be taking you downtown with me to Figma's annual design conference, where I'll be asking designers what they think about AI and how AI may impact their roles. So let's go!
Putting myself in front of a camera.
Well, actually, you can go back further.
We are live. Okay, so I have Glen here with me. Glen, can you share your role and company with the viewers?
Sure, I'm Glen Lipka, VP of Product Design at CrowdStrike.
Awesome. And Glen, what is your thought on AI impacting design within the next 3 years?
I think very, very little. Maybe there's some marketing replacement of lorem ipsum. You can get something better than lorem ipsum really fast. Maybe there's some illustrations or images that somebody might use, like an AI-generated model instead of using stock photography, and it's cheaper to produce that way. But for B2B design, it's hardly anything at all.
Can you share your name, role, and company?
EmilyKager, software engineer, Uber.
Julia Fernandez, product designer, Meta.
I think AI is going to be a really cool tool to maybe get some starting points. I do not think it will replace designers or engineers. I think it lets you prototype really quickly and get some ideas, and I think that's where it's really going to shine.
Yeah, I think same thing. I feel like it's more of a co-pilot, someone that's an assistant to help you get to the harder problems that you want to get to, which I think is awesome.
I'm Jenny, I'm product designer at Meta. I'm actually nervous. I've seen let's say Adobe Sensei years back, and they're already using AI to generate design.
And Adobe just acquired Figma. So
Oh, yes.
they did the generative AI with Photoshop.
Yeah, so I'm nervous. I'm thinking about what skills I need to hone to make sure my job is not taken.
My name is Miriam El-Sharice. I'm a mid-level UX product designer as well as a growth product designer. I work for a late-stage startup called Service Channel.
And how did you find me, by the way?
I actually follow Lily and watch all of her YouTube before any interviewing. So every time I even prepare or get an interview on that kind of calendar, I always go to my save for later videos on YouTube and watch all her stories, whether that's app critique, whiteboarding, even her kind of talks and thinking about what's happening in tech.
Awesome, thank you so much. And can you share about how you think AI will impact design within the next 3 years?
AI is going to be helping us speed our process. It's going to help us kind of brainstorm how design is going to look like, and we're just going to get that spark because we still need to put our personal touch on that design and humanize it.
My name is Zander Whitehurst. I'm the founder and CEO of Memorizely. I think it's mega exciting. We've had some incredible talks today, which is really cool and hopefully quite motivating for designers. The fact that AI is not replacing designers, it is an amplifier, is helping us, which is really cool. So yeah, for me, especially seeing with Figma's acquisition of Diagram, it's a clear suggestion that even the largest and most amazing teams are really excited. And I think the best thing any designer can do is start to understand prompts, start to understand language models a little bit more. If they can do that, it's going to help them in their career.
Alex Smith, co-founder of Fuego UX.
I'm Sabrina, and I'm a UX designer at Nutanix. I'm Rebecca, and I'm a UX designer at Google.
I think in the next 3 years, we'll see some mundane tasks being automated by AI. I don't think it's going to start taking people's jobs yet, and I think it's kind of a helpful improvement.
Yeah, I think with AI, it would definitely speed up UX designers' work and give us more time to think about design more in depth, and not just spend a lot of time on doing some routine work. I definitely see a lot of good things that could come with AI in design, but I don't think it'll replace, designers' work or our labor.
My name is Andres Gonzalez. I'm a co-founder and senior UX designer at Rethink Design. I think 3 years, Figma is probably going to adopt some sort of AI tooling in their product, especially in the design system space. I feel like design systems specifically is probably an area where AI could really help. And I think in another 3 years, I don't know, we're already seeing a lot of stuff that's happening already. So image generation, we're seeing text with the UIZerd.io is another really cool tool where you just type in dating app for dog, kind of do the screens for, the dating app for dogs.
Aliena, I work at eBay as a product designer. I'm also running my own company, Aliena LLC. I think AI will help designers a lot.
Like right now, I'm using ChatGPT on a daily basis to just help come up with content, like placeholder content, so that I don't have to use Lorem Ipsum. And also, I sometimes use AI to pick colors. I just ask ChatGPT to, hey, can you pick me an awesome color, suggest me something? And it sometimes will return a decision that's better than mine, so.
My name is Kim Alban, and I'm a product designer at Coursera. Right now, we are seeing like this really big shift with AI tools, sometimes experiencing 200 plus tools being released weekly.
Wow.
AI will move us into a position where we're co-creating, we're like being assisted by AI.
My name is Noah. I am a native iOS developer. Company is EA Labs.
My name is Jerry, working for myself right now in my studio, and a product designer.
Some of the AI projects that I've seen out there are trying to do like from text to design. So you type in exactly what you want and AI spits out some of the screens. I think it'll supplement designers first before it threatens their job.
In the short term, it's going to be super helpful for productivity. You're going to be able to generate way more iterations, maybe take out some of the rote, maniacal work. Long term, product managers may be using some sort of generative AI to generate designs.
Erica Burnett. I'm a product design manager at Asana. I think product design has to really consider AI capabilities, how it might seamlessly fit into your product, but I think also it's the kind of question of like we can but should we kind of thing in terms of like how we think about what we incorporate into our products.
So I'm Christine Baji. I'm a designer at my own studio, Design Gal Studio, and I also work at a startup called Missy. AI is absolutely going to impact design in the next 3 years. It's already impacting design. We are seeing so many tools come out for designers, by designers, and I think there's almost no way to avoid it.
Okay, I'm Aileen, and I'm a design intern at Roblox. It's like a gaming company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what do you think about the future of AI in terms of how it impacts design?
In my current workflow, a lot of it is manual. So say like how people create ideas and how people argue and prioritize ideas. And that's a big one. It helps you generate so much. All the tedious work, all the brain dumping, you speed it up a lot with AI.
My name is Nima Tahami. I do product design. I think AI is going to definitely give us inspiration on where to go, give us guidance, give us some examples of what we can do. Just assist with that and actually cut that time down, make it faster.
I'm Rahul Jain. I'm an interaction designer and I work for Google. AI will definitely help designers augment their workflows, working together with engineers, with PMs. So it's more of a guiding function.
I'm Joe. I'm a co-founder of Magical Blocks, working on tooling for designers and engineers. My day job is engineering manager at Google, working on Google Photos. I think it's less about the implementation and more about the critical thinking instead of like changing the colors or like putting the pixels.
I'm a founder and UX designer at Design Buddies and Electronic Art.
I'm Allison, and I'm a product designer at Microsoft Teams.
How do you think design will be impacted by AI within the next 3 years?
Honestly, I feel like AI helps create a good starting ground so things can move faster and people can create more.
More efficient with time, then we can have more fun. So using AI to automate a lot of items that's more tedious.
I'm Curtis Ying, so I have my own brand. It's a streetwear clothes. It's called Exilo Apparel. I'm Jan, and I work at Nanu TV. We're like a streaming platform for schools. So the CEO of Figma, like he gave like the briefest explanation about AI, but he talked about how AI is really good at creating first drafts. And I like that because like it means that we are invited to work and complete on that draft. So I think it lays the groundwork for, what we are already gonna do, but it kind of makes it easier to jumpstart our designs and processes and projects.
With AI, I think we just can work more on what we really want to do.
Hi, I'm Hu Jane. I work as a business analyst, product analyst at BNP. I think you can use it to support yourself in your role and to get rid of maybe some tedious tasks or maybe get kickstarted in a project with copy. If the copy team doesn't have time for it, then you can already cook something up very quickly and confidently. So that's how I see AI, as like your assistant.
Do you think AI can replace design?
No. I think one of the interesting problems that AI has to try to be able to solve is like as designers, we're working with so many stakeholders from so many different departments. So who is going to be wrangling AI to meet the demands of all of these different stakeholders? Because that's currently being done by a human who has to like socially calibrate all of those things. If they can get AI to somehow solve that problem, then yeah, there'd probably be no need for a designer.
That is a good question and something I have asked myself, but I don't think it will completely replace me, at least not yet. I do think it'll replace parts of my job, and anything that can be automated, I think AI would probably replace those parts of what I do.
No, I'll just leave it at that.
I think design as a whole, no. I think the more tasking parts of design, potentially. We already seeing in the demos how it can get you to your first draft faster. Some parts of design, yeah, but as design as a whole, no.
Since you're an engineer, do you think AI could replace software engineers?
Like I said before, I think it really gives you nice little snippets that you can try to plug in. And we even saw that when, Figma was talking about the dev mode stuff that they're doing. Like, we really want to lean on AI to automate the really parts of your work, right? And I think beyond that, we're still going to need good engineers to see the bugs in the generated code and to fix things and think of edge cases and really develop on existing features, which I think is something that AI is not great at today, right? Maybe in the very long term, it could replace low-level scripting or something, but I think we're still going to need engineers and we're still going to need designers and people who really have that human element, like you were saying.
Do you think AI can replace design leadership?
No, not until there's general AI, which is not for another 15 or so years, where computers can make something that looks like an answer, but it's not an answer. It only knows how to make sentences that seem real. So it can't think, it can't be creative. What is happening is a lot of products are layering on AI because it's in the hype cycle. It's very hot and everybody wants to sprinkle some AI pixie dust on whatever they're doing. So chatbots is really what our current AI modeling can do in a product. One area that I think it's very useful is a chatbot on documentation. So let's say you have an enterprise product that's really complicated. You put AI on top of that and now somebody can just ask a question and it can give a good answer because its training materials is the documentation.
Any other thoughts on AI and design?
I think that creativity is the hardest thing for computers to really do. I've been experimenting with ChatGPT, trying to make it creative, and it's really not. It just tries to please you and say what you want it to hear, which is the opposite of what design should be doing. Design
it
should
makes
be
up something sometimes, like
Yeah.
poems or books. It hallucinates.
Yeah, I asked it to remember a poem that I knew from years ago, and it just made things up and lied to me and just said, that's what I do. I'm just trying to please you. I think right now where AI is it's very exciting and we should innovate. Will it replace decision-making and creativity in the short run? No.
And how far do you think we are from actual artificial intelligence?
General AI, I think, is the year 2035. That's from a book called The Age of Spiritual Machines by Ray Kurzweil, who also wrote the book Singularity. And that is when he is guessing computers exceed the intelligence of humans based on Moore's Law and other accelerating factors of technology.
Good question. I think eventually, yeah. I can imagine so.
Like what timeline?
Ooh, that's tough. I think in 10 years, you're probably going to see AI tooling. So I think designers might just be more AI manipulators than designers, right?
Currently, where I think AI is at generating text, often error-prone text or images, that's 0.1% of what a designer does, especially in an agency setting. Communicating with product teams, communicating with dev teams, really understanding nuance behind business decisions. So absolutely not.
Currently, I don't think AI has that capability to think about a problem deeply and think about the ethical concern. I think it'll take a lot of time, learn to predict to the level that humans are capable of. So no, at this moment.
I have something to add there. We're in San Francisco. I think in 2004, I heard self-driving car is going to be your next car. I just saw the first Waymo drive by. I can't even get in it. It's still in beta testing. That's 20 years later, right? So there's hype right now, but it's going to be a long time until these things take over.
I don't think so, because there's so much of the human element that we use to solve problems with people and communicate and storytelling that is essential and past binary. There are things that are going to be impacted for sure within design by AI, and we're seeing a shift with UI first. I think that there's still that human element that needs to be within design, and we also need to keep people at the center of design.
I think some aspects of design probably will be replaced by AI. In the next 5 years, I don't know. It's moving pretty fast. I'm hoping that it will kind of help us to just work more quickly and create better products.
Things that need less sort of brain can be automated. And then so that free us up to do things that needs more thinking and that really matters. Solving hard problems. Yeah, like strategy planning.
Any advice for aspiring designers?
Yeah, I think when it comes to, with AI,
Now with AI in the game, any aspiring.
I think, as I said, like for me, the most important thing when it comes to AI is to try to get ahead of the curve, not be too intimidated by it. People can definitely take like more of a negative approach and be like, oh my gosh, it's replacing me, it's the end of my job. I think it's really important to like embrace that growth mindset. Try your best if you can to learn the models a little bit more, understand that it is a pattern creator. And if you can be in control of that, that is really exciting. So ultimately, you as a designer, the more you learn, the more capabilities you have with AI, which is great. So yeah.
And is that the advice you would give to aspiring designers in general?
Advice to aspiring designers in general. I think these events are really magical and inspiring to be able to come to, connect with loads of designers who have come from all around the world. A lot of designers put too much pressure on themselves, comparing themselves to other people. If you can, like, try to shut out all of the noise, focus entirely on your path, because everyone started at some point. So don't compare the start of your journey to the mid or end of someone else's.
Start going back to events now that they're happening again and really like meet people outside of your little circle. I'm loving being at this conference and meeting all these designers and hearing from their perspective. And I really think it opens your mind to all of the different functions of our work. And I think it's a really cool thing.
Yeah, I would say in addition to these events, like not being scared or daunted about this new world of AI and how to collaborate with people, just because like everybody doesn't know what's happening. Everybody is trying their best to like catch up, and it's okay not to know. And I think I need to take my own advice in some ways because it's so scary, even as someone who works in like tech. But I think just knowing that we're in the same team, we're all on the same team, we're trying to learn together and grow together, just having that starting point even is the best thing that you can have right now.
Any last thoughts about AI and design?
Don't be scared. Scared people don't make money. So if you want to make money, if you want a career in this,
That's entrepreneur right there.
don't be scared about AI. Like, take advantage of it. If you already have a job in UX design and you're looking at AI as a potential like fear factor, I would say don't be scared either. You can make a lot more money if you learned how to integrate AI into your own workflows.
I do think that experimenting with it, trying out every new technology is really important. I think looking at the evolution of chatbots is really important. There's a lot of great UI that is untapped around how to have a conversation with a computer and have it fill out forms in a more chat sort of way.
You know, learn a little bit about how the technology works, see how it can be supplemented into your work, because like productivity is always going to be going linear and you kind of have to move with it in order to stay with the trend in the industry.
I think designers that use AI will replace designers to a degree.
Any advice in general for designers trying to break into now?
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
You know, I think the economy is going to be down for another year, maybe a year and a half. I think things will look up by 2025. If you have the means to stick through it and get a job now, keep going for it. If not, know that the time will come.
The biggest shift is going to be juniors. They should be focusing on their storytelling. Their
100%.
Oh, yes, 100%. Really strong communication skills, negotiating, being business savvy from the jump versus waiting a few more years or so within their company, as well as really keeping empathy within design and focusing on the people that you're serving, that you are designing for.
Well said, like working on the fundamental skills, a business person first, then growing from there.
And yeah, strong soft skills.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, Kim.
yeah.
So there you have it. What designers think about AI and how it may impact their near futures. If you have a prediction, then comment down below, and it may come true within the next 3 years. Meanwhile, if you want to see more product design content from me, then hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Turn on notifications to all Lily's videos, please. Do it now. Do it now.